Hello friends, and welcome to PDGA Europe Talks. We are now starting a series of interviews for the upcoming elections to the PDGA Europe Board of Directors. You know that we have elections during all the month of July, and we want you to know the background and the proposals of those candidates. And the first of those is coming from Estonia. His name is Hristo Neiland. Hristo, welcome.
Hello.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us. Could you please start by telling us a little bit about your background, where you come from, what's your role on the play in your local disc golf community?
Yeah, of course. So around 10 years ago, I founded a disc golf club together with my friends. One of them was Kristin Tatar. So should have signed some contract to have the representative, but well, we didn't. And we started usual stuff that clubs do. We started organizing weeklies, then some bigger competitions, first seed tiers, and then also Estonian championships. So we were quite active. The name of the club is Alutaguse Eagle. So we were aiming for the eagle right away. Yeah, and then for a couple of years, I was actually quite out of the disc golf scene. I was focusing on building companies and businesses, and I was just casually playing, but I was not included much in the club activities and everything. But now, starting from last year, I'm serving as Secretary General in Estonian Disc Golf Association. So now I'm daily active with disc golf topics.
Okay, a lot of things going on in Estonia. What are the priority topics where you feel you can contribute the most to the PDGA Europe Board of Directors?
Well, the topic that is the most close to my heart is everything considering youth and how I see the overall in Europe, like who are playing the disc golf. Then people tend to start in a bit older age, not old, but older than usual sports. So not so much things happening for kids. And I think this is one area where we can improve hugely. So that's the main topic I'm always looking to have on the table from different angles.
Yeah, and in fact, you are part of a Estonian youth program that we will talk about in another program. No, that you're making big efforts on extend that.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. You know that PDGA is a member-based organization, so membership growth is a key aspect of our day-by-day working. What are the suggestions that you have to increase PDGA memberships in Europe?
Well, I think it's quite different in different countries. Also, the statistics show that. So, but the main thing is that being part of PDGA should be an honor for the player. So it would be just not a question, will I be the part of it, but it's a matter of honor that I represent the spirit of the game. Now, how to get there is a much more difficult question, yes. So, but I think that the main thing is good role models, the community leaders who are promoting it vocally and also directly inviting people, and of course organizing PDGA sanctioned events.
From top competition to the new players, from supporting women to funding new courses. PDGA Europe is much more than competition. Visit pdga.com/join and grow the sport.
Okay. You know that Estonia is the #1 country in the world in PDGA memberships per million inhabitants. It was 1,054 PDGA members per million inhabitants. So if you take 1,000 Estonian members randomly on the street, one of them will be a PDGA member. So it's good to to extend those kind of models of success to other countries. Good job there. What are your ideas to help extend disc golf to all European countries? We have already seen that expansion from the big explosion of disc golf in Estonia. Estonia is a case of success, and we are seeing also some big growths in, for example, in Latvia, which is a neighboring country, or even Lithuania. What are your ideas to try to extend that kind of Nordic and Baltic success ideas to the rest of the Europe, to Central Europe, Germany, France, UK, or Southern Europe?
Well, that might be a bit controversial idea, but this is something I have been spreading in most of places when someone asks, is about actually business, meaning money is a resource that makes things grow. Yes, it's not a mean by itself, but it's a tool to make things grow. And I think disc golf in that sense is a perfect opportunity for local business people to just grow their market in sports equipment sales or whatever, meaning almost every disc golf player has like 100+ discs in their somewhere in their storage. Yes. So my idea would approach people who are already in this business in their countries, selling sporting goods, and show them the opportunities. Maybe build some case studies about Estonia, about Finland, and show what is the opportunity, and then it will become their interest to actually grow the amount of players. Yes, and everyone will benefit from it.
It's important that sustainability is a key factor. If you make everything based on volunteers, it's okay, but if there is money behind, you can really become full pro, full-time professional on disc golf, and you can really sustain that growth. That sounds interesting.
Well, you can imagine what it would be if Nike would decide that they will make a campaign to promote disc golf.
Yeah.
Well, how much resource they would put into marketing? Well, nobody else can, or like we cannot compete with this. Yes.
Yeah.
So we think this should be utilized.
Okay, it's interesting. PDGA Europe is having a good growth. Disc golf in Europe is growing, but of course we are part of PDGA Global. How do you see the relationships between PDGA Europe and PDGA Global evolving?
That's a quite interesting question, meaning I don't have the insight actually. What is the current relationship there? Like, is it very well collaborative? Is it a bit competitive? I don't know. Yes, but I can imagine if the Europe is growing and maybe growing faster in some time than the rest of the world, then there should be some kind of change of how much say each part have in the future of disc golf. So, but honestly, right now I don't have enough insight to comment that.
The current numbers, right, a few days ago, Europe is growing around 8% faster than global. And our weight in global, we were last year something around 15.3% of global. And this year at mid 2024, we are around 17.5% of global. So almost 1 out of 5 disc golfers in the world are European. And of course, as we gain more weight, we have already seen in competition, in events, etc., that the center of gravity is shifting a bit. The European scene is gaining importance in the global scene, but it's very interesting what you say. What's your future vision of disc golf in general in Europe over, let's say, next 5 years? You're talking about business, you're talking about growth, you're talking about the difference between countries, that Finland and Italy, it's not a one size fits all. How do you envision the situation of disc golf in, let's say, 5 years time?
Well, 2 things that I can kind of envision. One is that there will be 1 or 2 countries where disc golf will be booming, like really growing like rapidly, as it was in Estonia for a couple of years, like doubling the amount of players every year. So that will quite sure that it will happen during the 5 years. And second is the amount of young players with unbelievable talent because right now already Finland is doing very good job in engaging 7 years old, 10 years old. Now, if this 10-year-old will become 15 and he or she has been already playing for like 5-6 years, then the level of technique and skill and understanding the game is absolutely something else. So I think the overall quality of the top level pros will get the next level. And I hope that one country that will be booming is somewhere in Southern Europe because, well, I live in Estonia and I need to escape somewhere during the winter. So
you can come to Spain, Portugal, Italy to play disc golf in the winter. That's excellent. What are your unique knowledge and skills that you could bring, and how would PDGA Europe Board of Directors benefit from that?
So one thing for sure is that I have more than 5 years experience in startup ecosystem, building startups, pitching, fundraising, all that stuff. So this is something I'm willing to bring on the table, maybe a bit of startup mindset and looking up faster ways to make something happen, even if the structure is not yet there. Then I think this improvement from 0 to 1 is my specialty.
Okay.
And from there on, then I need to start handing off things a bit. And then one quality, of course, is just more fun and being more relaxed, because in disc golf, if you are tense, you will lose during the game, meaning you cannot throw tense. And I think all organizations that are around the game of disc golf should still kind of show the same qualities that the game needs, represented the same way. And this is something I look forward to represent.
Okay, it sounds interesting, because disc golf is in many countries it's still at a startup, so it would be interesting to have that kind of knowledge. We have talked about a variety of topics, but I'm sure that there will be something else that maybe you would like to draw our attention that we haven't covered.
There is one thing that is also for me personally important, and I think is a huge opportunity, that all over the world there are currently multiple crises happening, but two things that are trending is loneliness among adult people, and it's a real problem for their mental health and overall well-being, and then the kind of enough healthy exercise for kids. And for both crises, I see that disc golf is like perfect relief, like perfect, because for adults, it gives the space to find new friends. Like, I don't know how it is in more Southern Europe, but in Northern, meaning men, 40 plus, they don't know very well how to find friends. Like, go on the street and ask someone, let's become friends. Well, no. But if you see each other in the disc golf course and you go to the competition, you will be in the same pool, then it's very natural. And for kids, again, like a short course next to the school gives already the opportunity, because, well, you don't need much money. The discs can be given from the school, and they have this space where to move. So these are things which I see can be the actually part of the future of disc golf, and the European Union, I think, would be interested also to support this kind of movement.
That is very interesting. We made a senior weekly disc golf meeting some days ago here in Spain, and it's exactly what you say. It's a perfect excuse for 60 plus people to meet others and spend a morning in the park throwing discs and meeting new friends. It's excellent. Absolutely. Hristo, thank you very much for showing us your proposal for these elections. Remember that elections will be open during all the month of July in pdga.com. You will receive a voting ballot on your email. Check out the spam folder in case you don't receive it. And you will have both the elections for the Global Board of Directors in global level, and for the European Board of Directors, where Hristo is showing us his proposal. Hristo, thank you very much. Best of luck for the elections.
Thank you for having me.
See you soon.
Bye.